everybody, good morning. How are you today? I hope you are fine. So the topic of today is present perfect with the adverbs already and yet. I haven't explained you this topic yet, but I will. And you have already learned the present, the past, present continuous, present progressive, simple present, future, but you haven't learned the present perfect yet, and that is my mission of today. What it is? We're going to talk about common things. Follow me to the board and I'll explain you. Ready? Come on! Okay, present perfect. We have this structure that is a little bit confusing for many people. We are going to use two adverbs in this case, already and yet. In the most of the cases, we are going to use already for affirmative cases, affirmative form, and yet for negative or questions. Let's take a look to the affirmative form. We use already to say that something has happened earlier than we expected. We use already to say that something has happened earlier than we expected. And when we use yet, right, we use yet to talk about something which is expected to happen. We are, oh my God, no, you haven't finished this action yet. But how is the structure of present perfect? We need to use I, you, we, they, we have. In this case, have is our auxiliary, and he, she, it with has. Remember this forever. I, you, we, they have, he, she, it has. After, I can say already. So, I have already, you have already, we have already, they have already, he has already, she has already, it has already. After already, I have my verb in past participle. Remember that there are three forms of the verb: present, past, and past participle. I am going to use the third column of the verbs, right? And complement. I wrote two examples for you. I have already paid the rent. I have already paid the rent. There is no problem, right? I am relaxed because I have already paid the rent. David has already finished his homework. He is relaxed too. David has already finished his homework. Okay, in negative form, as I told you, we use yet, right? And of course, we are going to say haven't. I, you, we, they haven't. He, she, it hasn't. The verb in past participle, and at the end, yet. At the end of the sentence, yet. Remember, I, you, we, they haven't. Verb in past participle. He, she, it hasn't, verb in past participle, and at the end, the adverb yet. I wrote two examples. I haven't paid the rent yet. No, I haven't paid the rent yet, right? I am worried about this. Oh my God, I haven't paid the rent yet. Jesus Christ, I need money. I haven't paid the rent yet. So David cannot go to Six Flags because David hasn't finished his homework yet. I'm sorry, David. Oh my God, David hasn't finished his homework yet. He cannot go to Six Flags. I'm sorry about this, right? Okay, in the question form. In the question form, it's the same. Have, I, you, we, they, has, he, she, it. But now I'm going to use have or has at the very beginning of my sentence, right? if you consider it necessary, you might use a WH question, right? For example, have you paid the rent yet? Hey, I'm sorry, have you paid the rent yet? I haven't paid the rent yet. Oh my god, that is a problem. Or has David finished his homework yet? Has David finished his homework yet? Yes, he has already finished. Oh, come on, you can go to 6th class. We are going to check more details about present perfect, so let's practice. We are going to talk about ever, never. Now, when we use this form, is when the specific time is unknown, and also we use it to talk about uncommon experiences. Now, I'm going to begin. I'll begin with a question form that is much more common first. What do we need to do? I need to have and has. No, have for I, you, we, they, and has for he, she, it. Have, I, you, we, they, has, he, she, it. Then ever, my word ever, and my verb in past participle and complement. Now, I said uncommon experiences. For example, question, have you ever seen a ghost? Have you ever seen a ghost? Has David ever traveled to Europe? Has David ever traveled to Europe? I can say, oh yes he has, no he hasn't, right? And we're going to use ever for questions. So remember, it's going to be ever is going to be between the subject and the verb in past participle, then the complement. In the affirmative form, in the most of the cases, we can use a superlative form. I have written 2 examples for you. Sharon Stone is the sexiest girl I have ever seen in my life. Sharon Stone is the sexiest girl I have ever seen in my life. My God, she's beautiful. She's not a common person. That's why it's for uncommon things. Santa Clara is the most delicious milk Mary has ever drunk. Santa Clara is the most delicious milk Mary has ever drunk. So we can express opinions, personal opinions that you consider special things or not common things, right? I consider that Santa Clara is not Ruth Leche, for example, no, or any other one. Or Sharon Stone is not any girl on the street. That's why I consider them special and uncommon. Okay, in negative form, we are going to use the adverb never. But there is an important detail in this case. I won't use haven't or hasn't. I need to leave have or has because never has the negative meaning, right? So I cannot repeat double negative form. For example, I have never eaten snakes. I don't like that, right? David has never kissed a man. David has never kissed a man. One more time, remember, I, you, we, they, have, he, she, it, has, never, and the verb in past participle. I, you, we, they, have, he, she, it, has, never, and the verb in past participle. I have never eaten snakes. David has never kissed a man. Any question? Okay, another form of present perfect is when we use since and for. Now, in which situations we can use this? Actions that started in the past and continue to the present. Now, first of all, let's take a look to since and for. We are going to use for when we are talking about periods of time. For, we are going to use it when we are talking about periods of time. For 20 days, for 2 years, for 8 hours, for 10 months. Periods of time, for. Then, since is when we are expressing a specific time, right? 9 a.m. in the morning, September, Monday, since I was born. Since 9 a.m., since September, since Monday, since I was born. And I wrote here on the board for you some examples. I have worked here for 2 years. I have worked here for 2 years. Tina has studied since Friday. Tina has studied since Friday. We have won this game for 6 hours. We have won this game for 6 hours. David has been sick since last Sunday. David has been sick since last Sunday. In negative form, it's going to be very simple. We are going to use, in this case, haven't or hasn't, plus the verb in past participle for since and complement. Remember, I, you, we, they haven't, he, she, it hasn't, verb in past participle for or since and complement. I haven't worked here for 2 years. I haven't worked here for 2 years. Tina hasn't studied since Friday. Tina hasn't studied since Friday. We haven't won this game for 6 hours. We haven't won this game for 6 hours. David hasn't been sick since last Sunday. David hasn't been sick since last Sunday. And remember, for periods of time, since specific time. Question form with since and for. I can use this beautiful form that is the WH question, how long. When we are using how long, we are talking about time, right? For example, you can say, how long have you studied English? How long have you studied English? Well, I have studied English for 25 years, or I have studied English for 3 days. So you have a lot of options, but you need to answer complete, right? How long has Mary been sick? Well, she has been sick since Monday. No? Or she has been sick since 9 a.m. We need to call the doctor. Has David waited since 10 a.m.? Has David waited since 10 a.m.? Please call him. Don't be rude. Well, any question? Any idea? Very good. So I hope you enjoyed these videos about present perfect. Don't forget to solve the exercises. And don't forget to smile. Take care.